Welcome into the Dad Verb Podcast. Topics around parenting from the lens of a dad.
What are the best learning development toys for your littles? Talking toddlers, little kids. We're going to cover off on some of our personal favorite toys and things that we've picked up for our families that really helps bolster learning and development. And anything that we're talking about, we're going to share. We're going to have links in the show notes of this podcast, as well as the description of the YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. So to kick things off, we're each going to bring a couple things to the table, and you kind of simmer on what you think is best for your family, what you think is going to be best, a good fit for your kids. But to start, I've covered off on plenty of like Montessori type things on this channel in the past, and I have really found a lot of value in a couple of things. So one is something called the Pikler triangle. It's really good for kids who are really starting to kind of learn to walk and stand on their own. Encourages motor skills, development of coordination and balance, being able to start to climb. And it basically, I should have given a description of this, but it's basically just like a small triangular ladder with a couple steps, rods. Have you guys seen these by chance? Yeah. So, and it's really something super simple, but it's really handy for parents to be able to just put this in their playroom and let kids just kind of get up and discover and start moving around. The thing about these Montessori type toys, though, is that they're so expensive, man. These Pikler triangles, like at one point they were going for like $200, which is so just overpriced to me. I think now you can find a couple good ones on Amazon for like $50 to $100, somewhere around there. But that is the one thing I would say to be cognizant of is the price. But a Pikler triangle is a pretty handy thing when it comes to learning and development, especially in those early kind of beginning to walk, stand, climb, and it's just a great thing to have as they start getting a little bit older. You can add like little slides and whatnot. Just a great way to for just balance and motor skills. What about you guys? What you guys got?
I mean, to follow up with you, I actually just went and bought the foam ones because I was all worried about the wood, and I got the it's foam stairs, and then there's one that's a dip, and there's one that's a angle, and there's a ball pit. And
oh yeah.
We rearrange them, and they go all over the house. They're a mess. So climbing toys, those are amazing.
For sure.
Mine is the toddler tower. Toddler, what do they call it? The toddler tower.
Toddler towers. Yeah, for the kitchen.
For the kitchen.
Yeah, man.
So this is my wife's first cousin once removed. So her mother's cousin built one for us and gave it to us for our second's first birthday. That's the way to go. And we use this thing every day. I put little foam, like those furniture foam things on the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't fold up. It just stays in the corner. But the 2-year-old grabs it and drags it where she wants it and shoves it into place and climbs up it. And so now when Dad is chopping any vegetables, it's, do I have little tiny finger carrots that I need to watch out for before I put the knife down? But we've had some close calls because the 14-month-old is like, I want an onion. And I'm like, I'm chopping an onion. Do not.
They get in there quick.
Yeah. But that has probably been the best child education accessory ever. And like I was saying in a previous episode, it helps the kids see what they're eating. They watch me prepare it, and then they eat it because they've been watching it for a half an hour. They're really interested in what it is.
And, gets involved in the process.
Yeah. And if you guys have followed the podcast at all, my kids eat, or you're part of Discord, the food Discord channel is basically my kids eating random stuff. Right? I mean, Indian taco.
You are the chef of the Discord channel for sure.
Yeah, I'm making food and shoving it at them, and they eat it. We have had a few the kids don't do chili peppers incidents, right? Or Andrew, you made that too hot, and the 2-year-old would be like, no, I'm not taking another bite of that pork chop. But other than that, the toddler tower, it works great. My 2-year-old already loves to stir. She loves to make eggs in the morning. Like she tries to scramble her own eggs, right? Yeah, toddler tower.
Nice, man.
Yeah, we we have a toddler tower too, and we absolutely love that thing. Ours is a little bit bulkier than like the traditional toddler tower, so it can actually hold like both of our kids at once. But the same thing, like if I'm cooking food, if I'm making breakfast, if I'm doing a project, like they use that thing everywhere. It's constantly being slid around the house and put into different positions to even to like help wash dishes. Like they love having a job and just having something to do and know they're involved in whatever it is that you're doing. Like that's so much fun for them.
That makes a good point. Make sure you get one big enough for at least 2 kids.
Yeah.
Don't get one so
Otherwise
narrow,
they're gonna
one
fight
kid's on it.
constantly.
They get jealous. They fight. Yeah. Like
You'll throw it out.
Ours
the door.
fits 2. Yeah.
And then for us, like our favorite learning toys have really been so it's mostly for the younger kids, so it's like kind of infant development, but you used to only be able to get these online. Now you can get them in Target, but the cadre or sort of the slew of toys from Love Every. Now Love Every as a brand makes like some really cool just wooden Montessori tools. The one we have that our daughter loves is like this hide and drop box. So it's just this little simple wooden box with a ball. There's a hole for the ball. She can drop the ball in, and then she has to open a door to reach in to get the ball out.
Right.
And it starts to teach them about like systems and interaction and how like processes work. And if you guys have ever used like the Wonder Weeks app, when you look at different leaps and what they're learning, Love Every toys like really kind of line up with a lot of that. So you can actually kind of find a toy that lines up with kind of where they are developmentally.
Yeah.
So if they're learning systems and like, what's the consequence of what I do? Like, okay, when I put the ball in, it doesn't disappear. I can open the drawer or the door,
right,
and I can see it in there and I can take it out and do it again.
Yeah.
And so being able to learn those systems and like, if I do this, this is the outcome, is super helpful. Plus they're wood, they're not plastic. They're generally pretty durable. As we were talking pre-show, I will say the biggest downside is they kind of age out of them pretty quick. Like once they're out of infancy and kind of getting into, 1 to 2 years old, they're not really going to use them anymore. But if you do have one kid and then plan on having multiples, they're a great thing to have because they're going to last through multiple kids.
Well,
yeah,
they regift well.
Yeah, I was going to say
they do really well. For
sure. Hold their value. They hold their value really well. And to Ben's point, we used one for our middle child, Colin. We boxed it up, put it away. We used it again for Sienna, and then I just sold that box. And it was all in decent, good condition, and I sold it for a good amount because they are expensive on the front end. But they hold their value. They resell really well. That particular toy that Ben was talking about, the really kind of taps into object permanence. Like an object disappears, but they still know that it exists. They just don't know where it went. Right? It's like, because up until that point, it's just like if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. It's like it's just gone forever. So it's like,
don't buy this toy if you like to hide things from your kid and you don't want them to find them. Right?
No, they start to figure it out quick.
Yeah. I don't.
The thing I love about that toy
go ahead.
is that you can't get your child can't get the ball out through the hole in the top. Like they designed it so that they can't reach into the top, grab the ball, and pull it out. The ball is, I want to say, less than 1/8 of an inch. The diameter of the hole, like it's
right. They have to they have to figure out how to open the door. It. Yeah, open a door or put their hand through a sleeve or something like that. Yeah,
really great toy. And
I don't want this to be like because like a promo for all Montessori STEM learning stuff, but because we're not being paid to say any of this stuff, but these are actual toys and things that we have picked up for our families that have worked. We've used them and we advocate for them because they are just that. They have helped our kiddos.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they are. And I will say there are affiliate links because I have done videos of this in the past for Love Every and KiwiCo and a few others. So if you are interested in any of these, like Ben said, there are age appropriate boxes for wherever your kid's at. It's a stage-based learning, right? On that note, another STEM learning toy that has actually gotten the most play for our kids over this summer in particular has actually been magnet tiles. We have so many. It litters. It's the toy that litters our playroom the most. The last few months, it has been the most played with toy. Really encouraging independent play. Super creative. You can create different card tracks, marble runs. You can get creative and start playing with it on metal surfaces like a garage door, and all of a sudden it unlocks a whole new way to play. So the magnet tiles have also been just a really good learning and development toy, similar to the kind of creativity and imagination that kids would find with Legos, right? Magnet tiles have been awesome. It's been a great unlock for us to rack up the arsenal of magnet tiles.
Who knows what a tetrahedron is, because we have magnet tiles. All right. So they're amazing. They're great for independent play. That's the thing that I really love them for, is you can kind of I can plop the 2-year-old and the 14-month-old down in front of the magnet tile box.
Mm-hmm.
They unzip it, they play, and they might make it 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, all on their own, self-contained, self-entertained, and there's no choking hazards. There's no, they don't have sharp edges, right? The worst case scenario is they're going to build a giant tower that crashes down on all of them and they giggle. I mean,
and then they rebuild again. So
Right.
And in the words of Maria Montessori, play is the work of the child. Maybe I misquoted that, but that's a quote that I heard in the Montessori world. And I think a lot of the tools and toys that we've talked about in this episode are great additions to be able to set your kid up for good learning and good development. So if you are interested in any of that, again, we're going to have it linked in the show notes or the description of the YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. Feel free to join us on Discord as well. We got a strong community of dads out there who are welcoming kids weekly, it seems. So you can join us on Discord as well. Yeah, today, as of this recording, we actually had a guy welcome newborn baby today. So congrats to him right there.
I don't know who it was.
I don't remember his name. This is bad. This is a bad plug. This is a bad plug. I don't remember his name. But
he did it in labor and delivery. He didn't do it in intros. Merc.
Yeah.
Merc said everything went good today.
Hey, congrats, Merc. So, there you go. Join us on Discord if you want to join in. We got dadverb.com. We got courses from pregnancy up through year 1 of fatherhood. That'll do it for this week's episode. If you want to let us know any of your thoughts, anything that you would add from a developmental standpoint, let us know in the comments. For now, we'll leave you with that. Catch you later. Peace.